Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the lovely World of Raccoons. Heyo! And we are going to be starting off this episode here in the Nether, and I would like to do a little bit of a recap as to what's been going on in between the previous episode and this. In the off chance that you missed the previous episode, then a link to that can be found right beneath the like and subscribe buttons in the description box. I highly encourage you to check it out. But what we have going on is a small little pathway that leads from a potential work area over there all the way to the Nether Hub. And then we also have a small little porch area. Now you may be able to tell that we have a few shulker boxes tucked right beneath the railings. The reason why is so that when a gas spawns nearby, and if and when it shoots at us, we don't have to worry about it breaking down a chest so that the contents within it will splash around and possibly land within the fire and the flames. At least to my current knowledge, the shulker boxes that are placed within the ground beneath the railings are safe from harm. But in the off chance that they're not, well, I guess I'll find out the fun way. So we have a new nether portal that is sitting on a floating island just above the lava. And what I want to do in this episode is create a few more floating islands and possibly connect them by either building a bridge system that leads from the mainland here all the way to the new nether portal, or possibly create some type of an interesting parkour system that we would have to use to get to and from the nether portal. But at this time now, I hope you have a fizzy beverage along with a healthy snack ready to consume, and let's go ahead and begin this Let's Play. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I managed to get my build on off camera, and I thought I'd bring it back and provide you with a bit of a progress update, and then treat you to a little building on camera whilst having a bit of a chat. So, as for our progress update, we can see that we have a fully completed small floating island just above the lava, and before I go any farther, whilst I'm still thinking about it, I'm just going to take my potion of fire resistance and drink it so that way I don't have to worry about burning to a crisp if and when I fall down. Do I have my beetle wings on? No, I don't. Okay. So let's just go ahead and cast a pearl into the wind and see where we land. Boom. Perfect. So, oh, we got an endermite here. I heard it. Okay. Hopefully he doesn't bother us. Okay. So what I went ahead and did was, keeping in mind that this is going to be at the top in the base right here, 3 blocks in width and 3 blocks in length, and then going down 3 levels in total, and then in the middle level we would have an additional 3 stone blocks placed by 1 in length. I decided to just build around that. Now, as you can tell, we have a mixture of the cobblestone stairs along with, there we go, cobblestone slabs. And this is just to give it a bit of a erosion look to it. Now, in some cases, I may go back and remove certain blocks, but for the most part, I'm fairly happy with this. Now, what I want to do, like I said, is just do a little bit of a building on camera whilst having a chat with you, because from time to time, I like to do that. It's also a way that I can practice harnessing my skill and being able to do a few things like multitasking and explaining something whilst demonstrating it. So what I want to do here is just give this corner a little bit of a eroding, if that's the right word to use or phrase of that word, give it a little bit of an erosion look to it. Give it a wear and tear kind of look is what I'm trying to say. Before I go any farther, also I would like to point out that it's a little bit late at night. I had a great evening going out with some of my friends that I've made within the past few weeks playing Pokemon Go. Yes, I play Pokemon Go, and I'm happy and proud to be part of Team Valor. So go Valor, as someone that I've met within the past few weeks would say. So I'm a little bit tired as I record this, but nevertheless, feeling good enough to where I can continue working on this video. So I want to begin to now have part of the small floating island just look fairly solid and stable. Like there's no erosion going on. So in some patches we may leave a block space open, like right here. We'll go ahead and remove that slab, and then we'll remove, well, we didn't have a slab there to begin with, and what I want to do is let's go ahead and grab our light gray concrete powder and let's just sprinkle this into the ground. So where we have a bright shade of gray at is where we're going to remove it, and in its place throw down our light gray concrete powder. And then we can go ahead and take a step down onto our safety platform and begin to carve out this area as well. So normally what I would do is treat this as if I'm creating a custom tree, where maybe I want to have a log or a limb, a tree branch sticking out, and I want to have leaves surrounding it. So right here in the middle of this 3x1 space, I want to take my cobblestone stair and just prop it down. But just so we have some similar textures, we can go ahead and place the cobblestone block on either side of it, and then I'm going to work my way around here. Although I do have a potion of fire resistance on, I don't really have to crouch walk whilst moving around the small floating island. That's a work in progress, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. At least that's one of my philosophies in Minecraft. Now right here we're probably going to just place an upside down cobblestone stair on the far side as opposed to the center like what we've been doing, and that's just to add a little bit of detail and mixing things up. Variation is the spice of life, as I like to say, so let's go ahead and continue to do this right about there. And in the event that I don't like how something looks, then as Bob Ross would say, we don't make mistakes, we just make happy accidents. Unfortunately, we're not making a happy little tree here, but I at least like to think that the same thing applies. So what I'm going to do now is we're just going to look at the lower third right here and see if there's anything else that we can do. And what about we just take a cobblestone stair, prop you right there, take a slab, place you right there, and then we'll just crouch walk over this way, and let's go ahead and see if we want to place anything. I think I'm actually gonna leave that spot empty, and I'm gonna take a slab and place it down right there. And then right along here we can go ahead and just take another cobblestone stair, place it facing sideways, so that way we don't have a repetitive pattern of our upside down stairs being placed. And now what we can do is take our ender pearl, throw it in the air, and hopefully we'll land over there. I like how that looks. Let's just quickly run up here real quick. We don't want to go too fancy and get carried away with this, but of course, because this is being built by yours truly, we at least want to make sure it's nothing but greatness. So considering that this is a small floating island, I would call that a success. Now I'm going to go ahead and begin working on the final one off camera, and then when I bring it back we can begin to try and come up with how we want to connect these floating islands. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so I decided to take a break. Well, actually call these small floating islands finished for the most part, and I'm not going to connect them in a physical way. I'm gonna get to that in a moment and you're gonna see what I mean. So what I've been doing off camera as this night continues to progress is I've begun to just spread some life throughout the Nether. Why? Well, mainly because, at least when I think of the Nether, I just think of this lifeless place. Maybe you'll have a Nether fortress nearby, and within that Nether fortress you'll have a skeleton along with a few rare wither skeletons aimlessly wandering about it, but other than that, you don't really see that much life within this dimension. So what I went ahead and did was I just sprinkled within the ground some nether warts, and then with that we have dark oak leaves. Now I know in the previous episode I had mentioned that, at least in my opinion, having leaf blocks placed within the Nether is not the most attractive thing one could do. But I mean, when we begin to look around, and given how we cannot place any water sources down, we don't really have that many options in which we can just take, say for example, crops, plant them down and wait for them to grow because they need water. And leaf blocks, at least we can just use something called our imagination and say, hey, in this area at least, this is where some life from the overworld has managed to find its way and begin to thrive with the nether wart. Also, for a little side note, seeing as how the dark oak leaves have a weird is what I'm going to say at this time. A weird hue of green, and then the nether wart is a nice contrasting red to it. I thought it looked really nice, so I'm going to keep it as that. But as you can see, we have this expanding all the way down along the pathway here, but then it stops right over here. The reason why is because, well, we have these lava pools, and it didn't make that much sense to me to have bushes along with other forms of life within an area that may overheat from time to time, seeing as how, again, we have a few lava pools here. Now, as I said, I am not going to physically connect these small floating islands, but nevertheless, the way that we can get across them is by using ender pearls. Now, over in the end dimension, I have the Ender 3.0 fully completed, and we have more ender pearls than we can really use within a single lifetime. So I figured, you know what, this will put them to good use. We don't have to worry about letting them grow in number and then sit to the side, grow some cobwebs and dust and whatnot. Now, as you can see right here within the ground, we do have a light gray shulker box, and within it we have 3 stacks of ender pearls along with 2 splash potions of fire resistance. The reason why we have these 2 specific items is because in the event that we're tossing ender pearls along the small floating islands, and we may run short of a few to make it all the way across, or we simply run out, we can just quickly check a shulker box and see if there are any in there. And in the event that we have a potion of fire resistance on at the time, and then suddenly it wears off or it's running low on the timer, we can just quickly grab the splash potion of fire resistance within it, toss it on the ground, get the effect, and continue to make our way to the nether portal or to the nether hub. So what I want to do at this point is I just want to take you guys along over to the nether portal that is over here, because this is where we're going to be going into our next project that is going to be within the overworld. We're going to say farewell to the nether, at least for now. Oh, that is a ghast there. Oh, that's a little creepy. Okay, let's just continue to pearl over here. Oh, let's not die. And let's go through the nether portal. And ladies and gentlemen, here we are at the new project site. Now, for those of you who may not remember this, or maybe you didn't know I did this at all, at this time at least, about a month ago, I did a Mixer live stream where I said that I wanted to work on a rustic homestead within this area, and I built one of my clock towers here. However, I'm not really happy with how it looks, seeing as how I decided to build it mainly out of stone. But this is going to be our new project area. It's a village, and I have most of the villagers barricaded safely within their respective houses. So all we got to do is begin to get our build on in transforming them to look a little rustic, and then from there we'll call it a project. But I hope you guys are excited for this new one as much as I am, and if I don't sound as enthusiastic about this project, it's because, yet again, I'm recording this video late at night now. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, as always, if you enjoyed it, then be sure to drop a like, and if you are new to the channel, then I invite you to check out the rest of it, but do not forget to turn on notifications when subscribing. That way you will then be notified when future Minecraft and other gameplay content is uploaded by yours truly, Vanillaraccoon. I would like to wish you a happy day, and peace out.